For 2a, okay, so what we're doing right now is just the a portion. Do you remember what we said standard form looks like for a quadratic? That's the one. Standard form is this one, ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, that's the standard form. So you have learned two forms. You've learned vertex form and standard form. Today, we're going to work more from standard form, but pretty much finding the same stuff. It's just you find it a different way because your form is different, okay? I think vertex form is the simpler, but I don't know if that'll be everyone's opinion. You'll have to see for yourself what you think is better for you. In standard form, you are going to have to find your axis of symmetry first. And there's an equation for your axis of symmetry that you're going to want to memorize, okay? You want to know this by heart. It's not hard. You just need to know it, okay? Axis of symmetry equation is this. X equals negative b over 2a. Notice in our problem, you have an a and a b, okay? So we're taking the opposite of b and dividing by 2 times a. You need to be careful with this one because if you just plug it into your calculator, chances are your calculator does it wrong because the division bar here acts like parentheses, okay? So you have to multiply the 2a first and then you can divide, okay? And I'll show you that as we go. But the equation is x equals negative b over 2a. Memorize that, okay? You won't have to really spend a lot of time trying to memorize it because you're going to do it a lot. Okay, so let's think about this. If that is our axis of symmetry, if we find our axis of symmetry, then our vertex is going to be formed by this, right? Negative b over 2a is our x value of our axis of symmetry. And then what you get from that is you plug that in for x to get f of negative b over 2a. So basically we're just saying plug this in. Now if you want to write it that way so it's less confusing to you, you could write it like this, negative b over 2a, and then plug it in. Because that's essentially what you're doing to find y. Okay, you're just plugging this in and you'll get y. Okay, it'll make more sense as we do it. Your y-intercept will always be the point 0, c. Okay, think about what a y-intercept is. A y-intercept is going to hit your y-axis, so your x value is 0. Well, if I plug into standard form a 0 for x, think about we'll do it here. If I plug in a 0, it's a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c. Well, this becomes 0 and this becomes 0, so all you're left with is c. So 0c is going to be your y-intercept, okay? And then same thing applies if your a is positive, your graph goes what direction? Opens up. If a is negative, your graph's going to open down. Okay, so that's the same. A is the same. All right, so we're going to take those ideas and we're going to do it on this first problem. Okay, so given this function, we're going to find the axis of symmetry. What was the equation for that? Negative b over 2a. What is a negative b right now? A negative 2. Right now b is positive. We want the opposite of that. So negative 2 over 2 times, what's your a value? It's 1. If there's nothing out in front of there, it's a 1. So 2 times 1. If you simplify that, it's negative 2 divided by 2, which is negative 1. So your axis of symmetry is x equals -1. Remember, this is always x equals. It's a line. Don't just say -1. It's not -1. It's x equals -1. Okay? If you want to draw that in, go ahead and draw that in. Okay, so there's our axis of symmetry. That means our vertex has an x value of what? -1, right? This will always be this. Okay, it's always the x value of your vertex. How do I find my y? That's your y-intercept. We want the y value of our vertex. So here's our equation, right? We know what x is. How can we find y? Plug x in. So you're going to take this and you're going to plug a -1 in for x. So it's going to look like this. Y equals, use parentheses because you're squaring a -1. So -1 squared plus 2 times -1 plus 3. Okay? God bless you. So -1 squared is 1. 2 times -1 is -2. So you're doing 1 minus 2 plus 3. 1 minus 2 is -1. -1 plus 3 is 2. So my y value of my vertex is at a 2. Okay? You're going to plot that as your vertex. So -1, 2 is here. Is this graph going to open up or down? What's your A term? A is 1, right? It's going to open up because your A is positive. Okay? All right, y-intercept. Your y-intercept will always be 0, right? Because that's how it lands on the y-axis. What? C. What's your C? 3. So your y-intercept is 0, 3. Okay, plot that. 1, 2, 3. Do you see another point that's going to be on your graph right now?
Other side of that one.
Reflect that. Just reflect it over here. Okay. Technically, that's all I need to see is those 3. If you want to plug in another one, what's a good number to plug in? Plug in a 1, x equals 1, and that would give you a point somewhere around here, right? You don't have to. 3 points is enough. Okay, so our graph looks something like that. What is your minimum right now? In other words, what's your lowest point?
2.
It's going to be a 2, right? It's your bottom point on the graph, so your minimum is 2. What's your domain? All real numbers. And what is your range? Greater than or equal to 2, right? Greater than or equal to your minimum. Everything above that for your y value.
How do we plug in the coordinates for the 2 points?
So I found my y-intercept was 0, c, right? In this case, c is 3. So I plotted that here, and then I just reflected it for the other one because it's got to be symmetrical.
Oh, you're reflecting the y-intercept.
I'm reflecting the y-intercept over my axis of symmetry. Okay? Questions? Okay, let's look at this one. How is this graph going to look?
Down.
It's going to open down because it's got a negative out in front, okay? Axis of symmetry, how do you find it?
Negative B.
Negative b over 2a. In this problem, what is a negative b? Here's your b term, right? So -4 over 2 times a is -2, right? That's your a term. So -4 over -4, which is 1. So your axis of symmetry is x equals 1. So we're going to put in the axis of symmetry here at 1. Okay? How do you find your vertex?
Plug it back in.
Plug what in?
Plug a house in.
What is x? What's your x of your vertex? It's 1, right? Whatever your axis of symmetry is, that's your x value. Okay, we're going to take that 1 and we're going to plug it in for x. So it's going to be -2 times 1 squared plus 4 times 1 plus 1. So 1 squared is 1 times -2 is -2. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1. Okay, simplify that. -2 plus 4 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So your vertex is 1, 3. Plot it. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay? What is your y-intercept?
0C.
0C, which in this case is 0, 1, right? Your C term is that one. Okay, so plot 0, 1. Where's another point on our graph? 2, 1, right? Reflect it. This point right here. Okay, and then draw that graph in. What is your maximum? What is the highest point on your graph in terms of your y? 1, 2, 3, right? Your y goes up to 3, so 3 is your maximum. What's your domain?
All real numbers.
All real numbers all day long.
And twice on Saturday.
What's your range?
Is
Y is less than or equal to
or, oh no, less than
3.
If it opens down, it's going to be less than or equal to, right? It's always going to be below that number, so y is less than or equal to 3. Questions?
No.
Andrew, put your iPad away. Or your phone, whatever you have back there. You're really going to want to know how to do this stuff. All right, number 3. What is your axis of symmetry?
Axis of symmetry is the answer.
Negative b over 2a. What's a negative b right now?
12.
Positive 12, because it's a negative 12. We want the opposite of that. So positive 12 over 2 times your a value, which is 3. So you get 12 over 6, which is 2. So your axis of symmetry is x equals 2. Okay? Graph that. Okay? What is the x value of your vertex? It's 2. It's this number. Just drop it in, right? That's 2. How do you find y?
You gotta plug 2 in.
Plug the 2 into your function. So this 2 is going to go here and here. So it's going to be 3 times 2 squared minus 12 times 2 plus 6. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 3 is 12 minus 24 plus 6. 12 minus, this is number 3.
Mine has a 6 on it.
Oh, yours is different?
Yeah, mine has a 6 on it.
A 6 where?
Y equals x squared minus 12x minus 4.
Okay, just scribble out your equation and write this one in. 3x squared minus 12x plus 6. Shoot. How'd that happen?
Okay, I understand. It's not that big.
Well, I mean, it would have been if we hadn't figured this out, because you guys would have been trying to line it up and it wouldn't have worked. Interesting. Why is that? Okay, anyway. So you plug it in, 12 minus 24, that's a negative 24, not a negative 24. Negative 12 plus 6 is a negative 6. So your vertex is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Okay, so there's our vertex. What is your y-intercept?
0,
0, 6. It's that C term, right? God bless you. So 0, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that graph. So go ahead and reflect that one. That would put you over here. On one like this, I would, because there's a number missing in between, I would plug that one in just to see where it's going to fall to kind of help you gauge how wide to go at what point. So if you plug a 1 in for your x value, 3 times 1 squared is 3. Minus 12 times 1, that's 12 plus 6. So 3 minus 12 is a negative 9. Negative 9 plus 6 is a negative 3. So if you plug in the point 1, negative 3, that'll be your other point, and then you can reflect it. So your graph, oh, I kind of missed. Oh, that's bad. Oops. Sorry.
Let's go.
Let's just pretend those are a nice curve. They're not. Pretend. What's your minimum?
2. 3. No. Wait. My minimum?
What's the lowest your y value goes?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Negative 6. Your minimum is negative 6. What's your domain?
All real numbers.
All real numbers. And your range?
My range is y is
Greater
greater than or equal to negative.
than or equal to negative 6.
Is it always gonna be real numbers?
Domain is always all real numbers. It will never be anything else. If you get this one wrong on a test, I cry hard.
Are you actually going to cry?
I'll probably get it
Like,
right.
are you
I mean,
actually gonna-
probably not, but I'm going to want to cry.
So like that one never changes.
That one never changes.
If I get wrong on the test, I'm going to cry.
All right, last one. This one is simpler. What? On different problems. On a quadratic, it will always be all real numbers. Okay, this one, graph a parabola with a vertex of negative 3, 2, and a y-intercept of 3. So your vertex is negative 3, 2. So where's your axis of symmetry?
Axis of symmetry.
Right there. It's that vertical line.
Okay, well, that's not our number.
It isn't? What in the world? Okay,
Then 5, 2.
here, we'll do yours. Do you want to do yours?
No.
We'll do yours. What is it?
It's just the
Negative 5, 2. And the y-intercept is 3? Okay, we'll do yours. All right. Oh, my numbers are better, though. Whatever. So negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Okay, that means that is your axis of symmetry. Okay. Your y-intercept is 3. So if your y-intercept is 1, 2, 3, to make your graph, you have to reflect it. This is why my numbers were better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got to reflect it over here. So your graph is going to be super wide. Do you know what that means about your A value? It's a fraction. When it opens wide like that, that's a fraction. The smaller it is, the wider it opens.
Makes sense.
If it's like 2, that's not true, not smaller. Closer to 0 it is. Because a negative doesn't necessarily work that way.
If you think about it, it does make sense.
Great.
I mean, yeah, if
You should think about it all the time then. Okay, that's A. Any questions?